cafe or a park bench or wherever you are, boom, you know, take it off, you set it down right there next to you, looking beautiful, my God. You open it up, click, flip it over, boom, all of your stuff is right here, easy, accessible. I mean, I feel like with this thing, I really nailed the everyday, for me, the everyday carry bag, I've absolutely nailed it. And then when you add these little accessories into it, so this accessory I made just for this bag. So with this little accessory, I've got all of my stuff in here. Got my VX21 wallet, got all my little EDC stuff. I got some cables in the front. I usually keep a cable back here as well with my wallet. This goes right here. Okay. Then the next, I've got this little pocket. This was also sort of an afterthought after I made this bag. I had this big pocket, and on this side, this pocket, I always use this pocket for my phone. So this is a 6.9-inch old phone because I'm recording with my phone. So I wanted this pocket to always be for the phone. Perfect right there. When it's on, it's right here. I can always just grab it quickly. But this pocket is a little, like, what do you put in there? You could put a water bottle. I don't do it that way. When I carry a water bottle, I usually carry like a hydro flask. Not a hydro flask, a hydro pack like this. And so I just put it in the bag. I don't like, to be honest, I really don't like water bottle holders on bags. I feel like it's just kind of a tacky way of doing it, and there's different ways to do it that are better, that I think are a little bit nicer way of doing it. That's just my opinion. I don't like water bottle holders. If I'm going to carry water, it'll be in something like this, or it'll be in a bottle that fits in this bag. I will not carry a water bottle in here. So what do I put in here? You know, what do I use this for? Well, I ended up, was like, okay, I had some of this fabric left over. I was like, okay, let me make a little simple pocket. You know, I'm going to be hand sewing it. Let me make it quickly. I really want to finish this bag, get this thing done. And then, so I made this little envelope pocket, this little envelope pouch, completely open, doesn't close, no zipper, no snaps, nothing. And ends up, I keep all of my little, like, EDC scissors, 100-watt charger, little plastic bags, charging cable, little candies, lighter. I even have I have a titanium fork and spoon in here. I love this little thing. I just got it the other day. I haven't used it yet. But it kind of like all sits in there and you can get to it quickly. Okay? And then when you're ready to, like, let's say okay, I want to get my spoon. So I got my spoon out. When you get it, boom, back in the bag. How sick is that? Want it out? Right there. Get your stuff out. Boom, back in the bag. That is awesome. Done with the fork? Boom, back in the bag. This ended up being one of the coolest things that I've actually come up with lately. How insanely useful that is. I use it every day, multiple times a day. Let's just say that, because I keep stuff in here that I like to use. But if things are a part of my design philosophy is I do not want to try and find things. I do not want things to be hard to get to. I don't want to have to undo Velcro and zippers and which pocket is it in. I wanted it to be a system that is as simple as possible. I keep the things in the same place every time, and I can literally, in the dark, reach my hand in. I know which pocket it is. I can jumble around. I can pull it out. Right there. You know? And, you know, what do I need? Let's see. Oh, I need my kit. Boom, right there. You know, it's like I know you can feel what's in the bag. Need my lighter, my flashlight? There it is. You know, I don't need to take both hands and unzip something and try to figure out in a tiny little pocket where it is. It's like super easy to get to. This one, boom, right there. Back in the bag, right there. All right, so let's keep filling this out. All right, so, man, talking on the camera is exhausting. There's no question about it. It's crazy that I do love talking. I love communicating. I love it. But doing this, I don't know, there's something about it that's just tiring to me. I think it's maybe because I'm talking to a freaking camera. So, this I actually cut off a camping pad. I was like, man, this is cool. It would be nice to have a little padding. But here's my philosophy here is I don't think it needs to be built in. I used to. This one, padding, look at that. It's like an inch of padding built in. This one, padding. This is a closed cell foam padding built into the bag. I don't think you need that. With these ultralight bags, it's just not necessary, and they don't hold any other function. I just don't think it's necessary. Now with this, you put it in the back, and now you have the cushion. And also, when it's sitting down in the park bench and you take it out, you can take this out, and then you can sit on it. If it's wet or if it's cold, you can sit on this. Take it out. So I keep that in here. My 12-inch Samsung Galaxy S9 Tab S9 Plus. So it's 12.4 inches. I love this thing. I'm a little bit addicted to it. I love it. I've gone from using a 14-inch laptop with a 15.6-inch external monitor that is a travel monitor. So it's just the screen and it connects via HDMI to the laptop, and it's powered. It can be powered by a power bank. I went from using that setup, I love that setup, to this. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love having my entire gear, work and otherwise, entertainment, work, anything I need and want to do. I love having it all in a little like bag setup. I love it. I don't know what I like, why exactly. There's something about it that I don't know. It just feels. It's sort of like a smartwatch. Like this is the Samsung Galaxy 5 Pro, and you know it's got an eSIM, a voice recorder, multiple time zones, the moon phase. I've totally customized the watch face to what I want. You just can't do that on regular watches, and this versus a laptop, it's just so sexy. You know, I mean, look how thin that is. I mean, it's just sexy. I love this thing. Okay, so we'll put that in there. So keyboard, I actually got another keyboard coming. I like this one, but I wanted one with a trackpad. So this one's going back. So I keep that usually right here. Okay, what else we got? Then I've got my 27,000 milliamp power bank. I love this thing. This is their new one. It's smaller than the old one. Faster charging, 100 watt, excuse me. And this, what I do is I keep it in this bag. I usually keep it down on the bottom, like flat on the bottom. Okay. Now obviously this would always all be set up. I wouldn't be doing this day in and day out. It kind of all stays together. Okay, so there's that, and then my camera, I'll put that on top of the power bank that's laying flat, and I'll just keep that sort of over here. Now this, I usually keep this is a lightweight hoodie, sleeveless hoodie. It's a windbreaker. Basically just keeps me you know, out of the sun, keeps me from getting my bald head cold. So I usually put that in there. And then, you know, I'll have my water right there. So I've got the, oh, I forgot to put this back actually. That's funny. I'll put that in later. So then I'll get my headphones, and then I usually keep this here. And then this keychain, this is a little night core flashlight. I love this little flashlight, it's so cool. 200 lumens, even 600 lumens. Really cool. Got it connected with a titanium little magnet connector to the best mustache comb. Titanium. I love this little titanium comb. So cool. Don't ask me why I have this set up like this. It just happened. I love it though. I really love it. I'll keep it right here. You know, we go for a walk, I'll just keep it like there. I can have the light on, which is nice. And I can also comb my mustache. Me and my wife always go for a nice little walk after dinner. So that comes in handy. So I usually slide that right there, keep that there. This goes inside the strap. I told you, well, maybe I didn't mention it this time, but this webbing that holds this hardware on goes all the way to the bottom, and it's stitched into the bottom seam here. So it goes from the bottom seam up to the top seam, so it's sewn at the bottom and at the top, so when you pull on it, it's actually pulling from the bottom and from here. But there's a little space in between the fabric and the webbing, so what I do with this, I put it in between there. So it just stays right there behind the webbing, kind of out of the way. Pretty cool. And then oftentimes I will actually put my knife, it's got a little deep carry clip, and I'll put it right there. As you can see, right there. Nice. I mean, just organized. Too good. Too good, too good, too good. All right, that's it. And my phone, that's it. Pop it over, clip it. Look at that. How nice is that? Everything that I need, everything that I want. Let's just say that. Forget about need. Need. That's too funny. I guess we don't really need too much anymore, but we want a lot. And we have all these little tools that make our life just like a little bit more fun and exciting and blah, blah, blah. It's a hobby, let's say. And it is a tool that the name Portere Utilis, EDC 1, that name is supposed to be like it's a symbol of this thing is supposed to be for me, and maybe anybody who can get behind it, it's supposed to be the most practical everyday carry bag that you'll find. It is so easy to use, this bag. So easy to use. And it's so strong. I mean, you can pick this thing up from any piece of the fabric and not even think about it. It's just an absolute beast. If you set it on the sand, if you set it on water, no problem. I could tape the seams, I could glue the seams, I could make the seams waterproof at the bottom. I really, really considered it. But hey, look, I am a really active guy. I go bike packing. I bring this with me bike packing. I live in India half of the year. I'm always running around. I don't need it. You know, and people say, oh, there's no covers for the pockets. It's like, man, what are you doing that you're turning your bag upside down? You know, you just don't need it. There might be this idea like, oh, you know, I can't have this open because, you know, somebody might steal it. It's like, I don't know. For me, I am never concerned about that. Honestly, I ride the train. I don't know, maybe because I'm a bigger guy, I don't think about that. But I just don't think it's really necessary. We don't live in this world that is just so scary that you need to worry about that. I mean, if you're going to certain places, granted. I mean, look, I carry my wallet where? Here on the inside. I don't keep it in one of these pockets. And my phone, if somebody tries to, if I'm in an area where somebody might steal my phone, I'll probably hold it or put it in my pocket. And this, like, what are they going to do? They're going to take this out. They're going to steal some, like, EDC items. I mean, good luck with that. And this cord, there's no way they're going to cut this cord. No way. And, like, you know, somebody walking by and just pulling this out and unlocking it and getting in your bag. I don't know what, it's just these sort of things I'm not really interested in. I am way more interested in making a bag that is as practical and useful and easy and always stands up, can reach in, get things out easy. Boom. This is what I want. I want to get my tablet out. I want to be able to do it fast. I want to put my tablet back in. I want to be able to do it fast. You know, I need to get my wallet out. It's quick. I've got everything there. Need my headphones? There they are. Quick. Need a bottle opener? Want some wine? There it is. Needed a cable for my phone, my watch charger? There it is. You know, it's all very fast. Need my jacket? Boom. Stuff it back up, put it in. There it is. Camera. So if I was going to get my battery bank out, I'd just take the camera, put it there. Battery bank, take it out. I love these little lightweight little stuff sacks. I made all of these from old kite surfing fabric. I love this. But you know, you don't need this. You can just put it down. This is what I was doing, but I saw this and I was like, let me just add that. But you could just put it in there like that, you know. Easy breezy. You know. Have it set like that. You can have that set up like that. Let's see. That. That's where they're sitting up straight. I mean, you don't want to have this thing like just jam-packed all the time. I keep it chill, you know. This is my everyday care. Everything in this bag is always in there, always. So it is literally my everyday carry. If I'm going anywhere, I bring all of this. So that is the Portaray Utilis EDC1. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. You don't see this. This is sexy. Yeah, honestly, you just don't. You don't see this anywhere. I've been looking. People, for some reason, just don't make bags like this. Yeah, let's see. So that's it. I think I've put it on. I won't always buckle it, but let's see. So I'll walk around with it like this, but I'll put it back. And then when I want to use it, I'll bring it around. And so obviously I can get stuff out of here. But what I learned is if you put your hand under the bag and lift it up, then you can take it like this, and you can easily get into everything. You know, you need the camera, you got the power bank, whatever you need, you can get into it very easily. So you just hold it like this, and then one hand everything, and that's it. So that's if you're on the fly. Like if I'm walking and I want to get something, this is what I'll do. But you know, ideally, what you want to do is you want to get to where you're going, a park bench or a cafe. You take it off, you sit it down, you order a coffee, you open it up, you got your stuff right there. This is beauty. This is beauty. Anyway, I'm obviously biased as hell. I just got some more buckles in. I'm gonna start making my wife's new bag. I'm gonna make this bag for her a little bit smaller. And as you can see, I've got about 10 centimeters, maybe a little bit more, 15 centimeters. No, wait, not centimeters. What is this? Let's see. I'm gonna make her, let's see, about 3 centimeters. About 3 centimeters, and so this one's 30. I'll make her one that's about 27, 28 centimeters across, but otherwise pretty much the same dimensions. And I'm going to make it out of X-Pack X50 Tactical, which is what this bag, the flap, is made out of. This stuff is very expensive. It's like 56 euros per meter. But she loves it. She really likes this bag. And anyway, I told her I would make her one out of this. It's on its way, and I think it's going to be a ridiculous bag. That's for sure. I'm excited to make it. I went with white for the first time. As you can see, all of my bags that I've made are black pretty much. This time I was like, you know what? Let's mix it up. Let's go with white. What's the worst that could happen? It'll get dirty. Oh goodness! You know, that's the beauty of making your own bags, is you can make another one. I love these scissors. I got these last season actually. What else is important? Anything else important? These are really important. Cutting stitches, like into the thing, and I do have to like sort of serrate these so it cuts this Dyneema thread. This thread is really difficult to cut. If you try to use regular scissors with this, let's see if it'll do it. See, it kind of just smashes it. See? Kind of just like smashes it. Doesn't really cut it. Doesn't really cut it smoothly. Now if you get this, kind of cuts it better. Yeah. Anyway, is that it? Did I talk my face off? This is a cool bag. I sort of started to fall in love with these big body, big openings, kind of with this one. This was the first one. I made this when I was in Goa, like, what year was it? I think this was when I was still doing basic stitching. This wasn't. Maybe I added that later. I don't remember. But I made this bag, and I really love this bag. It was just a big bag. Toss everything in there, take it to the beach, but there was just a lot of flaws with it. And this fabric, this kite surfing fabric like this is like a nylon ripstop sort of. This absorbs water. And I learned that I don't want stuff that absorbs water. I didn't realize that nylon, I didn't know, I wasn't aware that like ballistic nylon, as tough as it is, it absorbs water. Cordura absorbs water. And, I don't want it to absorb water. This doesn't absorb. Even this fabric will absorb water a little bit. This is a nylon as well, but this will not. This kind of fabric here, this is a really heavy duty fibrous. This probably is polyester. This was cut off of a kite. This is the part of the kite that holds the sort of the balloon that you pump up. So it needs to be really strong because that gets really, really pressurized. So this is an extremely strong fabric. In fact, the other day, we had a chair that we take to the beach. They were ripped, the fabric ripped, and I ended up sewing some of that fabric onto the chair. So Dyneema thread with that fabric, that's gonna last forever. The chair's gonna break before then, that's for sure. It almost broke the other day. Anyway. Okay. Alright, I think I talked about it all. I meant to just talk about this bag, but I guess I went a little further. I love this bag. What a nice bag. So, you know, me and my wife, we don't have kids. So, I've got time. You know, I do bike packing, and I just went on a 2.5 hour run, and I had lunch, and, you know, now I'm sitting here talking to this stupid phone about bags. I mean, you know, please. It's a hobby. I love it. And in a way, I would like to join and be a part of the conversation that is happening with society. You know, now that we're globalized and you have YouTube and you have these channels and you have these people that are making bag reviews and they're making bags and they're talking about it, you know, I feel like it would be fun to be a part of that community. I make bags. I love the hobby. Now, do I want to ruin that? No, but I mean, what's the next step? I keep making bags that I love. I keep perfecting it more and more, perhaps. But, you know, for example, I'm making this bag for Elsa. It is a joy for someone to use something that you make. And the way that I want to do it by, you know, if someone wants a bag from me, they'll need to connect with me. We'll need to have a conversation. We're going to talk about it. And maybe the type of people that are willing to do that are going to be interesting people. I'm just curious. I'm very curious about it all. And I really want to just try it. And I'm, you know, 40, I'll be 43 this year. I haven't had a regular job in since 2012. Although now, me and my wife, for the last 3 years, have been managing a boutique hotel yoga retreat center in India. We have 30 rooms and we get about 1,500 guests over the 7-month season from October to the end of April. I'm loving that. I'm really loving that. Talking to people and being bare feet every day and walking around and taking care of things, and I love it. But I don't want to necessarily do that. How much longer do I want to do that? I don't know. And this, I do have a passion for it. I don't know. Obviously, I like it. So why not? It is a little annoying, to be honest. Not annoying, but this whole thing about talking into the camera and doing this, I do not necessarily like it. I feel like I'm expending energy, and it's going into the void. But I guess that's something maybe that I'll get over, and if there starts being engagement and whatnot. But I go back and forth to being like, keep it as minimal or as natural as possible here, and focus on, you know, the bag making. So have the website, have everything kind of set up to where I can focus on talking to people on the phone or on a video call or on email, and not so much of this. Yeah. But in a way, somehow I feel like it's a little necessary to do it a little, you know. And my God, I watch YouTube videos all the time. So, hello, why not get in on the party here? I'll get over myself eventually. Okay, that's it. I'm going. Ciao.